Oh, good morning. It is Thursday, and I am headed over to do a walk with my running partner because running still isn't good for her yet. So my plan is to do a walk with her and then in a little while do a run with myself and then go to school and work on things. I felt okay last night. Tiny little bit melancholy, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I think it was probably because I got to spend the day at the barn with the people. Hanging out with people makes me feel like I have purpose, or makes me feel like I have friends. Like I actually feel somewhat optimistic about going to school today, which is weird because I haven't been there in a while. I think today will be the day that I tell her I didn't talk to the realtor and we get into it. God knows if she'll even respond. And it's Thursday. I wonder if she'll park at the condo today. Probably. It's been the way. We're past telling each other things, I guess. It's so sad that things have to end badly. Like, a lot of anxiety comes from these technical games you have to play with somebody that's broken up with you. I don't want to play technical games. I like being completely open and completely honest and transparent. It's so nice to just be yourself, be loved and accepted for it, and to just do life that way. I'm realizing now, and I realized it then, I appreciated it, but what a luxury it is to have to prejudge every interaction I have with her and anticipate what she might do or what she might say so that I will be okay or potentially be okay coming away from it. Like, God, it sucks. It's exhausting. I just want to be honest and straightforward. Since she isn't, I can't be. I resent that. I resent not getting to be me in this process. Having to be a more guarded, more cautious, more technical me. When I just want to be the really fun me that I like. And why did she have to do it this way? Why did she have to break my heart so savagely? Well, hello. Man, I just had an hour-long phone call with the woman that I'm in the process of not being married to anymore. It was heavy. It was a toughie. Basically, she is really upset that I've decided not to list the condo until our disclosures are in. We went around and around, her trying to understand why I would do that and screw us over, and financially it doesn't make sense, and over and over and over again. And she very rapidly goes from friendly-ish to really not nice-ish to saying, really incendiary things. Sentences that start with things like, well, clearly you feel like blah, blah, blah. And it's negative. It casts me in this negative light. So eventually I would stop and say, hey, can you not talk like that? Can you not start sentences like that? Because it puts me on a defensive. But yeah, she's wild. She is really wild. I mean, she's freaked out. She's planning on moving away and is afraid I'm going to tell her secrets, and she's all over the place, saying things about his ex, but he's already telling his clients. But then afterwards she asked me not to tell anybody. It's weird. When we got into talking about anything remotely emotional, she very quickly said, it's the same thing. I can't have this conversation right now. I need to take care of logistics first. She's just running away from it. She's just not dealing with the me stuff. And then she's threatening that she tells me that all of this is making her resent me. And I'm like, oh, all right. I'm not really worried about you resenting me. You cheated on me. You clearly don't respect me or care about me. So a peppering of resentment? Okay, you want to move away from me and start a life with somebody else. Yeah, no, that like whether or not you like me after that, it doesn't really matter anymore, does it? It's weird. It's so incredibly surreal because it sounds like her, but there's just this edge to her voice. It's sharp and it's precise. And if I don't make the move she thinks I'm gonna make, she gets upset. And I can hear it because I know her, because I've studied her for 7 years. I have loved her and tried so hard to make her okay. And she's just free and wild. So I'm a little adrenalized. I want to try and come down from that and not crash and get low. Wow, that was a heavy call. And then she wanted me to commit to, if she sends me her disclosures, will I call the realtor? And I said, no, I'm not committing to that. There is this time crunch. I mean, what I know from here is she leaves Sunday for Oregon to go on the horse trip, and then she comes back to mediation, and then she has surgery, and she can't do anything for 2 weeks. And I think that's, and I asked her, I said, is he going to take care of you? And she was like, no, he's just going to leave me. And I said, I'm just checking because I lived through it with you last summer and it was really hard. She's not even open to any, she's so shut off to me emotionally. Even the most sincere or
genuine inquiry on my part leads to a really snappy response. So she wants amicability, but it's so hard. It's so awkward. It's a brutal process. And she says things about his ex, and I'm like, is that true? I wonder. I don't know. I'm talking to you because I have this need to talk right now, and a lot of my supports are gone. Like, people have flown away or aren't available. And I'm like, ah. She talked about how hard it was to give her dog away. And she said her child, like, to give my child away. The words sound so compellingly good, but I don't know who she is. And she does it. She plays that on me. Like, she doesn't know me. She doesn't know what I'm going to do. I'm so unpredictable. And I brought up the issue of how she never helped me with this emotionally. And she was saying, because you were just crying or upset or emotionally out of control. And I was like, yeah, that's when I needed your help. That's not the excuse for not helping me. The fact that I was upset is not the excuse for not helping me. That's the time when you help the person. You love the person and they're devastated. Like, she broke my heart. She destroyed me and broke my heart and didn't even try to help me be okay. And she was like, it wasn't my job to help you. And I was like, you were the only person who could. But she didn't. She just left. She couldn't handle it, so she just left. And she expects now that it'll all be sort of civil and amicable. So I said that to her on the phone. I said, you really don't appreciate the depth of like how traumatic this has been for me. And she immediately spins it around and is like, don't assume you know anything about my life. And I'm like, no, this isn't about you. This is about what you've done to me and not appreciating how hard it's been. But I'm not getting through. I'm not reaching an emotionally open person. I'm not reaching the woman who used to love me. I'm not reaching my wife. I'm not reaching my best friend. It's just hitting a wall. Like, the words I say hit her and either bounce off or cause her to say something aggressive in response. There's no love there. There just isn't. And that's so hard, because there was so much love there, at least on my behalf, and there just isn't. Just nothing. I wanted to go to school and work today, and now I don't want to go across the bridge. I don't want to do any of that. Maybe I should just up and get out of here. I don't want to be housebound all day. But at one point during the call, because the common theme was that I haven't called the realtor yet. And she said, if you're doing this in an attempt to wait me out, I'm not coming back. And I laughed. Because on some level she thinks I'm just waiting for her. Like, I'm letting her have her little dalliance and she'll come back. And maybe months ago, but no, I know she's not coming back. But the fact that she thinks right now that after all of this, that I would wide arms be like, oh, come back, yay. Do I want that? Oh, hell yeah. If all this pain could go away in the blink of an eye, absolutely. But she's not. There's been no evidence to point to that. She has been consistent that way in her not wanting me. And, it's just all so crazy. And I think that's some of the emotional work I have to do. It's really easy for me to lower my guard and allow the hope to return. Allow the thought that this is all so crazy. She's got to come to her senses and come back. So it is emotional work. It's exhausting to keep my guard up and keep thinking, no, she's already transferred money to the bank to secure this place. Like, she's doing the work. They're buying a barn. Okay, so I did the other video and I was just sitting here looking for places to rent. And she texted me and was like, please don't tell anybody what I said. And I didn't respond immediately because I didn't. And then she called and she was like, please don't. And she sounds nice on the phone. And that's the thing that's hard. She sounds nice. She sounds like the her I knew. That's what makes this process so crazy, because I want to believe in her. But in the course of the phone call, she told me they're buying a barn. I asked a question about like how big it is, and she said 6 acres. And I said, how many horses does it have? And she wouldn't answer. And then she says she doesn't know because they're going to renovate some. And then I said something. I asked some kind of innocuous question, and she turned it around to be like, oh, so you want to know how I can afford to do that when I claim I don't have any money and blah, blah, blah. And she went so negative so quickly. Oh, it's so crazy making. And I'm upset right now. And I'll tell you why I'm upset. Fuck. I'm really upset. It went negative quickly in a way I didn't intend.